need this one. We've got to square it up.
I never thought the rugby league would come to Melbourne.
This is State of Origin football at its best.
What do you think of that, George?
Yeah, it was a lot of hard work. We knew that's what we had to do out there. Queensland weren't going to lay down there and say, here New South Wales, take the first blood in a series of 3. You know, we knew it was going to be a torrid affair. You know, I'll take my hat off to Queensland, who certainly stuck it out for 80 minutes.
Danny Elias, well, he was a winning skipper 3 weeks ago when his New South Wales side beat Queensland 8-0 in Sydney. He knew he'd been in a tough match. The scene is set for another torrid encounter tonight. Good evening, welcome to One World of Sport's second State of Origin Rugby League clash. They say the game of Australian rules Melbourne, but that is not the case tonight. A capacity crowd is expected at Olympic Park for the first ever State of Origin match in Melbourne. And what a cracker it should be. The man they call the King, Wally Lewis, is back for Queensland, and providing he has no trouble with his hamstring, he'll make a lot of difference. The Queensland side looks stronger than the lineup that lost the first match, but the New South Wales team is full of class and confidence, despite losing winger Ricky Walford today. He injured himself at training and has been replaced by Graham Lyons. And the battle lines have been drawn. It's the Blues against the Maroons, state against state, mate against mate.
3 changes for the Blues from game 1. Andrew Eddinghausen, though, remains at fullback. Rod Wishart is on one wing and has the goal-kicking duties. Brad Mackay replaces Michael O'Connor in the centres. He has experience from last year's series, and he'll partner one of the outstanding players from game 1, Mark Magore. Winger Graham Lyons gets a late call for Walford and a golden opportunity. And Ricky Stewart goes from half to 5'8" to cover that big loss of Laurie Daly. Des has the links with Stewart, although both may interchange throughout the match. Lock Bradley Clyde was a danger man in the opener, and Queensland know he must be stopped. Clyde had tremendous support in the back row from Bruce Maguire and his partner, the destructive David Gillespie. Up front is where Ian Roberts is the man who produced 2 of the biggest hits of game 1. He'll support the first Winfield man of the match, hooker and skipper Ben Elias, while Steve the Blocker Roach completes an unchanged pack of 6 from the series opener. More changes appear for Queensland as they try to level the series. Gary Belcher is at fullback looking for more opportunities than he found in Sydney. Similarly, Alan McIndoe hopes more ball comes his way out on the wing. Dale Shearer is in the centre. He'll be trying to add to his 10-try Origin record. As will Big Mal Meninga, the man who has scored 127 points in 19 matches. Les Kiss maintains his wing position after game 1, where the only backline change sees the return of Wally Lewis's captain and 5'8". 7 times he has been man of the match in Origin football. Lewis renews his half combination with Alan Langer, the vital key to game 2. At lock is probably Queensland's best performer in the series opener, Bob Lidner. He'll link with the new second row pairing of Canberra's Gary Coyne and Dan Staines, who drops back from front row to make way for the return of the giant ball runner, Sam Bacco. And Test hooker Kerrod Walters is the other change. He replaces brother Steve from the Sydney clash, whilst Martin Bella completes a new-look Queensland side determined to leave Melbourne with a series win awaiting them at Lang Park in the clincher. Queensland to kick off. Olympic Park in Melbourne to host one of the toughest games in the Rugby League code, State of Origin football. Greg McCallum whistles time on. Gary Belcher has the first touch of history of Rugby League kicking off to the Blues. Eddinghausen, the fullback, slips as he comes to the defence. Queensland lost State of Origin 1 in the first 20-30 minutes in the forwards. He caused some damage, Bradley Clyde. And they're going to answer the call tonight. Maguire brings it away, wrapped up by Lidner. Stewart, a mile of time to get in his kick down to Belcher. The defence down there in big numbers. McGaw was onside, kicked it. Belcher thought he was offside. The ball nearly got away from Queensland. Belcher was amazed that McGaw was behind the kicker. Meninga involved from the start. The big man charges into the forwards. Kerrod Walters back tonight at dummy half. Lidner, Gillespie low. Bella under an injury cloud earlier in the week with a groin strain. Walters pressure. Lewis got the pass for Walters and then still got his kick in and finds touch.
Well,
His first touch in 7 weeks.
magnificent, absolutely magnificent. He was under intense pressure and got the kick in, and look, it finds touch. That's the first time he's touched the football in this match. Just unbelievable.
Chance to settle down for Lewis. Some confidence there. Great piece from him. Hasler wearing the 6 and Stewart in 7. Hasler looked to be in trouble in the tackle. His head went back in agony and he goes back down on the deck. Stewart with a massive kick downfield. Rolling towards the in goal. Eddinghausen's flying. McIndoe gets there under a wall of defence. The Blues really making Queensland run around. Meninga again. He's virtually playing in the front row. Hasler in real trouble. Staines. Roberts flies in. Clyde supported him. Big Sam Backo. 12 out from the Queensland line. Hasler tries to get back into the line himself. Walters. Kiss. Wrapped up, nowhere to go for him at all last tackle. Langer. Lewis very wide. Again gets the kick in over the head of Wishart. Bouncing back towards the field of play. Away from Langer. No, he's not.
Great chasing there by Langer. Absolutely great. A lot of enthusiasm.
Roberts back quickly for the New South Wales forwards. Peter Sterling, the idea, I guess, to run Queensland round with Backo and Lewis.
Yes, that seems to be the New South Wales plan. Obviously, they're putting plenty of pressure on Lewis. He's come up with 2 good kicks early on. It will be interesting to see how the speed of the game does affect him.
Elias across the field. They didn't let him out of their sight. Winfield man of the match from the first game. Lost ball, fumble, Queensland ball. Lidner. Could still do with some support on his outside.
Yes, the under-21s in this earlier match here tonight. New South Wales had a most convincing victory by 22 points to 0.
Lewis wants it. Running Lewis through. Back inside for Shearer. Danger sign for New South Wales if they're going to let him run like that. Great start for Lewis. Bella. Belcher. McGaw's got him. Unloads for Lidner. He unloads for Kerrod Walters. Likewise Langer. Queensland shifting the football. Roberts just monstered Langer. Last tackle. Eddinghausen traps it brilliantly. Great skills from Eddinghausen. New South Wales now to bring it out of the 22. Elias again. Des Hasler is a real passenger. He looks to the reserve bench. He may not last. Andrew Farah getting the tracksuit off. He's going to loosen up. They can't afford to hang with Hasler any longer. Queensland in possession. New South Wales in trouble.
They certainly are as the Maroons switch it out wide. Belcher came into the back line. Just pulled out outside the quarter line. A great start by the Maroons as Meninga takes it inside the quarter. Really looking slick. Now Backo is able to slip it back for Coyne. The ball is loose. The Blues come up with it. Now, oh, the terrible pass. They've just been able to recover. Here comes Roach. Bang! Staines met him. Now Maguire. Well, those players have been losing their footing in the earlier match too. I don't know, the playing surface felt pretty good as I walked on it today, but obviously it's just a little bit slick on top.
Elias with the kick for McIndoe. Oh, he's upended.
Great tackle there by Wishart. That was a real bone rattler.
Wayne Pearce, what's your theory on the footing out there?
Well, the surface of the ground looks okay, but underneath it's definitely wet, and I don't know whether that is due to rain or dew or whatever, but there's certainly some dew settling on the ground at the moment.
Are they playing with the wet weather balls, Wayne?
Yes, they are using the wet weather ball, so that obviously helped the handling.
What's the latest on Hasler?
Well, Desi Hasler, he's strained ankle ligaments, and hopefully he can handle it. He can handle it for he's asked the trainers to leave him stay off a little while, and hopefully he'll run it out. Well, that's what he hopes.
Thanks, Junior. Now here's Langer with the kick on the 6th. Down for Lions. And he has to go back into his in goal to pick it up. Kiss is there. Kiss missed him. Shearer's got him.
Did very well to get around the first player.
Now McGaw. Bounced off one. Still going straight across field. Now he's in trouble. 12 or 13 away from the New South Wales line. As Clyde reaches the corner line.
Good strong run there by Bradley Clyde. Just wants to watch his hands.
Now the Blues. Oh, Hasler's put it down.
Yes, Johnny Croucher, as they're having this scrum now, can we get the, dividend pool? You tell us, how good is it?
Yes, Rex, remarkable interest in this match. Record $99,000 to be won. Dead even as far as the punters are concerned, about 50% even. The computer prediction, 14 to 18 New South Wales, 8 to 12 Queensland, Rex.
Pressure now for the Blues. Here's Shearer inside the corner, stepping. Runs into everyone, got it back for Langer. Langer is pulled down about 13 metres away from the New South Wales line. Perfect opportunity for the Maroons. Bella. Lewis somehow got it back for Bacco. Big man can't wind up. It's back for Belcher. Has to hurdle the fallen player. Still kept his footing somehow. Across field. Has been able to link up nicely. And Bella has the football touched by New South Wales. They thought, the tackle count restarts. Shearer is pulled out, flicks it to anyone.
Well, they're playing touch football at the moment, the Queensland side, with this New South Wales team, flinging the ball anywhere.
The run around with Walters and Lewis. Out for Lindner. Almost got through. It's come back to Staines. Staines for the corner. Staines got a ball which has been put down. Oh, that was dangerous stuff.
Yeah, got it back inside to Mal Meninga. Unfortunately, Hasler's off there. We'll await to see the replacement, but on the Air New Zealand replay, this is the way Staines went. Tried to get a pass back inside to Mal Meninga. He just couldn't handle it. It was a little bit low and he was travelling too fast.
So Hasler's off the field. And this man has replaced him, Andrew Farrer, who only arrived late this afternoon from Sydney. Mackay slipping. Bella holds him. Now Maguire reaches the quarter line. Andrew Farrer wearing number 5.
Well, he's no stranger to state of origin football. A lot of us believe that he should have been in the side in the first place.
Lions, another man who slipped.
Well, it's apparent they need long cleats on their shoes in this match. I don't know whether there'll be a replacement at half-time with a lot of them coming out with them. But many of them have slipped, and there again, Shearer just slipped trying to field that football, lost his footing completely. Have a look at this again. This is Dale Shearer. There he is on the ground, just stepped as he went to turn to get the ball. He fell over.
Scrum to go down now, 22 out from the Queensland line. New South Wales with the feed. Farrer at 5'8". Brings Eddinghausen in behind Magor. Across and trying to get clear of Shearer. Lost the football. Scrum to go down, New South Wales off the ball.
Well, Eddinghausen not very happy with that, as we'll see in the Air New Zealand replay. Now, does Shearer reef the ball from him? No, he doesn't. In my view, Eddinghausen lost that legitimately.
The real Queensland side standing up. They are looking dangerous. McIndoe. He's got one heavy tackle from his opposite, Wishart. Coyne for Staines. The enormous lift that Lewis can give aside. is already evident.
I think Wally Lewis too was licking his lips at the prospect of running at Hasler for a few more rucks there, but fortunately he's been shifted.
Great hands from Meninga for Shearer. They are hot to keep this ball alive, Queensland. Langer, Bacco standing wide. Roach was waiting for him. Last tackle. Short blind chip from Langer. Stewart covers it up. Gillespie will go from dummy half himself. Maguire. Hasler already with that ankle in ice. What a disappointment for him. Back in the big time, and he's forced off. Roach appealing for a penalty. He and Bacco exchanging words. They push each other apart as the play goes on and Bacco makes a tackle. Now Elias. Floating one right out to Lyons. Who beats Lewis? He's into the clear. He slips. Players having a lot of trouble.
It's like they're on roller skates out here. Both sides are having enormous trouble handling the footing.
Midfield bomb will come down.
It'll bring rain.
Queensland. Who wants it? Roberts does. Fumbles it. Last tackle, a handover. Queensland in possession. The word that it's a suspected broken ankle for Desi Hasler. News that will certainly shock the Manly club. Bella. Garrett Walters. For Langer Lewis. Quick hands. They've got an overlap. Shearer trying to bring Lyons into him to unload for Kiss. He can't. Roberts covering a lot of territory in the forwards to get out there. Lewis. Long ball out for Bella. Handling errors nearly all even. Staines brought down. Meninga. Nobody's home. Mistakes being made at both ends. No mistake this time from Meninga. Lewis back for Belcher. They're handling the pressure on the kick as well. Eddinghausen takes it beautifully. And Lindner tripped him up for a moment. Lyons has been enjoying his runs on the wing. He still is. And still going, Lyons. Grabbing every opportunity with Walford out, but he goes into touch on the first.
Well, desperately unlucky, the young man of the Air New Zealand replay. He did so marvellously well. Did put his foot on the line. On the line is out. The sidelines are in touch.
Langer with the feed. Kiss comes off the wing. How have you seen it, Peter Sterling?
Well, I think New South Wales have made the kind of start Queensland did in the first game up there. Even though the handling errors might be the same, they've certainly made them the wrong end of the field in their corner. I'm just very surprised why bring a Brad Fittler down into this kind of game as a specialist 5'8" and not use him.
Farah, of course, was the late inclusion.
Well, he was the late inclusion. I know he's an experienced player, but we're talking about a 5'8", and Andrew Farah certainly has not a lot of experience there.
It certainly is an interesting call from the Blues camp as Queensland now go down near the 22.
Yes, Gary Belcher, Air New Zealand replay, just dropped it along the sideline. Benny Elias wouldn't have a thing to do with it. He wants to get the scrum feed and the loose.
This was the altercation that took place quite a few minutes ago. And referee McCallum, quite rightly I feel, just telling him to keep things cool. Stewart will try to feed this again. The Blues have made 3 errors in their own half, just the one by the Maroons. One against the feed as Belcher comes into the back line, throws the dummy, gets it back to Lewis. Lewis is pulled down 7 metres away from the line. What pressure now for the Blues? Langer's lost it and got it back at him.
New South Wales look to be all offside out there.
Well, on the Air New Zealand replay, there's Langer losing a pass from Shearer. Close to the line. McGaw comes up with a problem. He's got some problem with the lower abdomen. Received a kick there. Wally Lewis is down at the moment. The scrum's gone on.
Well, the Blues come away with it as Lewis receives attention. They play it just 10 metres away. upended. No score here at Olympic Park. As you would expect, a really torrid encounter. A little half break as Lewis gets back to his feet. That little half break from Gillespie. Now Stewart. French. Point coming over the top really hurt him. Both teams have trained here at Olympic Park. Of course, as Kaiser, at least Maguire makes the break. Inside the Queensland half. Now Elias, the flick pass.
I thought he dropped that. The referee said play on because Queensland have come up in possession. I don't know what they're booing about at the moment.
Belcher will play it. Now Staines. Gee, what a pace this game has been played at.
Yes, they've got to settle down shortly. It can't really keep going at the pace it's been going. They'll all be absolutely exhausted.
Scrums are even. And no penalties yet as Belcher makes a break and very nearly got right into the clear. Fine run from the fullback. 32 metres away from the New South Wales line. Langer picks it up. Here comes Lewis. Crunch. Got the football back for Shearer. Shearer beat one.
Didn't beat McGaw.
McGaw over the top really crunched him. This is the last tackle for the Queensland side. Shearer's got plenty to say.
Well, Shearer was claiming on the Air New Zealand replay that McGaw's tackle was illegal. As you can see, I don't consider it illegal. It just crunched him. But Shearer said had plenty to say. We won't know what the referee was told unless one of our commentators can hear it down there. Peter Sterling, can you hear what was said?
I think that Dale Shearer is pretty upset about the opposition's hand being draped across his face, some kind of... I'm not saying it's a gouge, but he's pretty upset about something that went on in the tackle up around the head area.
Well, it was high.
Sure was. Now, a little knock on the restart.
We'll sheet that one home, shall we, to Benny Elias. Air New Zealand replay. Watch it now. There's a little tiny fumble. Only a little tinsy one, but they count.
For Lewis. Meninga back for Lewis, who's knocked it on.
Well, that was a fancy move that was done too quickly in too close a proximity to each other.
So another scrum. This is about 10 metres inside the New South Wales half. Stewart. Great rush to pick up the football. I think
this is what the forwards hate, having to push there for 30 seconds waiting for the halfback to get the ball.
Now back the blind side with Eddinghausen. Work by Belcher. Here comes Clyde.
Powerful surge to the halfway line by Bradley Clyde.
Maguire. Well, look at that interesting statistic. Possession held in the opponent's half. Queensland 18-4. Now the Blues with Farah.
It is on. Lewis is involved with Roberts. Also Roach. The spark has started between the King and the man they call the blocker from the Blues, who's bleeding from an eye cut. Touch judges in from both sides.
Really laying the law down.
Well, he just went under a stiff there by Wally Lewis, but he probably resents that, and our replay went off a little bit early to tell you what happened. The blocker Roach is being told to go away. Benny Elias is still there. Wally Lewis is there. The two touch judges are there. Both of them will be reporting on probably the incident that we just explained to you. Well, Benny Elias is really going off at the moment. I think he's desperately unhappy with the way his side is playing at the moment. They can't get out of their own half.
The series is on the line and it's showing. Warning for the high tackle against Lewis. I would suggest for McCallum.
Both captains, he's warned both captains, if you go for the stiff arm tackle, you will be sent from the field. That's what he said. Now there's a penalty gone to New South Wales.
Roach looks to be the worst for wear. The swelling coming up on that eye. Knowing Roach will probably move him to bigger things.
Yes, he's got a nice left eye there. It really looks very fashionable, doesn't it? Well, that's the first one. That's the second one. The first one copped him, the second one missed him.
Wishart having to handle the pressure of the goal-kicking duties now that Walford is out.
And this really is whether the young fella feels the strain or not. It's an intolerable amount of pressure for a youngster only playing in his second State of Origin match to have to withstand the duty call of a goal kicker. He is a reasonable goal kicker, a reasonable to good goal kicker, but by no means as accurate as Walford.
This big crowd here at Olympic Park have been enthralled by the start to State of Origin 2. They look on now as New South Wales try and draw first blood in this match.
I think Wally Lewis drew first blood.
He did just that. Wishart round the corner, hits it pretty sweetly. It gets 2 points. New South Wales take the lead here at Olympic Park. 2 points to 0, State of Origin 2. Olympic Park in Melbourne, Queensland on the attack, trying to hit back with a try. They've enjoyed the better field position and possession. Langer, Lewis, looking for a big game. Ledner, swinging arm from McGaw goes unnoticed. Lewis stares at the touch judge. Long pass out for Langer. He slipped and is brought down a handover. The Blues have possession.
Well, really, the line umpires must back up the referee. Now, the referee's already made a statement that anyone that goes high with his tackle is in danger of being removed from the field, and we've seen 2 since then.
Yeah, and it still goes on. Certainly solid hits coming in as Roach gets to within 10 metres of the halfway mark. Now Roberts. Bella and Lindner in there. Back for Stewart. Couldn't get the kick. His hit gets stuck in the hands of Staines. Staines, his ankle tap and stumbles. Oh, how close was that?
Stewart was the man that got to him with the ankle tap.
Here's Shearer across for Lewis. Lewis got through one. Head to the corner line. He's got some support too from Kiss. Kiss pulled out 15 metres away. What an opportunity now for Queensland.
Marvellous tackle by Lyons there. Came in and took the inside man.
Here's Belcher. Belcher gets to the 10-metre mark. Queensland really on the trot. Then Bacco surges forward. Got the football away to Wallace. Wallace has given it across field to Bella. It's come back to Belcher, but the defence is outstanding. 10 metres away, Kiss from dummy half, pull down, desperation stuff around the shoulder. Last tackle signal against the Maroons as Lewis puts the bomb in the air. Pressure now as Eddinghausen goes up for it. It is loose. Oh, how close! Wishart just made it dead. Langer was about to swoop on it.
Well, the Air New Zealand real play shows an almost perfect bomb kicked across field. The Queenslanders were coming through, but look who gets his hand to it. Wishart, the youngster, knocks it dead in goal, so we'll have a restart with a goal line dropout. But meantime, there's a Queensland player injured back about 5 metres from halfway.
That's Gary Coyne, and he has been out for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time and he hasn't moved. And they're quite concerned about him.
Well,
the fierce, ferocious tackling that we've seen, it's not surprising if somebody's down for the count.
No, fortunately for those watching that may be concerned. Well, let's have a look at this replay now. There's Stewart, and that's the situation that caused it. It was himself trying to tackle Stewart. Nothing illegal about the tackle, he just ran straight into him. But he is talking to the trainer, and his hands are moving. That's the good news at this stage.
Just sheer hard body contact. Some action on the bench. But he's up on his feet.
New South Wales needed this spell, don't worry about it.
Oh, did they ever? Oh, that was real pressure for the Blues.
Now he's cautioning Mark McGaw. Now, I think this is the right thing for him to have done. McGaw attempted a stiff arm tackle on somebody on the sideline here, Linda, and it missed, fortunately. And the touch judge was standing within inches of it. And they must back up the referee.
Gilmister comes on as Coyne has been replaced. He was the top tackler with 13 tackles. And it's 2-0 to the Blues. Now, New South Wales, as Graham pointed out, really needed that spell. Down to halfway. And I think you'll find that Coyne has gone back to the headbin as Meninga surges onto the football. Oh, what a run from the big man.
Well, that brought the crowd to their feet.
Brought me to my feet. Still moving it around with Staines, who's already been involved in one long run. Has been intercepted. Interception from Stewart. Ricky Stewart down the touchline. Has he got the pace to go on with it? He'll get there. He's in to score.
Absolutely magnificent. The young man took an intercept in the first match. No, in another match that I just can't think of, he took an intercept and was able to sprint away from the defence over a 50-metre sprint. We'll watch it on the Air New Zealand replay and see what happens here. Staines attempts to get the pass back inside to Belcher. Stewart lamps onto it, and there he's faced with a 75-metre run. And some of them are gaining on him. He appears to be Les Kiss as the most likely danger to him, coming from the far wing, but he had a little bit further to run, made a valiant effort, and just gets there as the guy dives over and scores the try. Here's the way the move came from ground level. Staines turned his back, got it back inside, or attempted to Belcher. Now, Stewart, this is a great moment in this young man's football career. This may well get him a kangaroo tour. Absolutely superb sprint. He's on the toe there, really looking over the shoulder to check out the opposition, and scores a magnificent intercept try.
His first State of Origin try, and quite a remarkable performance from Ricky Stewart.
A little bit of luck there. When the intercept was taken, and he's digging deep on breaths here, but when the intercept was taken, Bacca and Bella.
Yeah.
Bacco and Bella were the man that was chasing him, the two front rowers.
Just the forwards in the early stages as Lewis lays the law down. He had some backs chasing him, but it was far too late by the time they were able to get there. So Lewis laying the law down to the Queensland side in the in goal. And Wishart has the opportunity. He's already landed one with his only attempt. And this was scored about 11 metres in from touch. Wishart from the Illawarra club. Strikes it, and it's wide. So the Blues have a 6-0 lead over Queensland. State of Origin number 2.
Through Meninga. Awkwardly, but Eddinghausen takes it well and unloads for Bradley Clyde. Peter Sterling, you want to talk about against the run of play?
Yes, very much so. And when those opportunities present themselves, you have to take them. Ricky Stewart was good enough to do that. New South Wales don't deserve to be leading 6 points to 0, but now they're there. They're going to be pretty tough to come back at.
Wayne Pearce, your thoughts so far?
Well, as Peter Sterling said, it was completely against the run of play. I thought New South Wales weren't applied in that first 20 minutes, and that really got them out of a lot of trouble.
So did this kick from Elias now.
Yes, on the Air New Zealand replay, another grand kick. The New South Wales side are fortunate in that they have a couple of alternatives for kicking. Elias, Stewart.
Strung to go down, Langer for Lewis. Farrow slipping, skidding as he tried to make that tackle. 58 tackles for the Queenslanders. The Blues 10 short. Belcher turning, but the opposition half tells a completely different picture. But the Maroons can't get across. Bacco. Fumble backwards, play on for Queensland, 6 more tackles. Langer gets a good ball away. Now Kerrod Walters loses it. New South Wales maybe starting to get some ascendancy. Stewart.
Hopelessly offside out here at the outside centre position there. The referee wasn't watching him.
Elias with a dummy. It worked so well for him in game 1. Maguire, the try scorer. Stewart, high up for Kiss, out on his wing, hits the touchline right back.
Well, we can't actually tell you what he said, but let me just repeat that on the line is out, and you saw the cloud of dust come up, or the white chalk come up, and that clearly indicated it.
Scrum to go down near halfway and right in centre field. good position to launch an attack. Langer was looking for Belcher, who had gone the other side of the scrum. Now Belcher. Kerrod Walters, Queensland, losing their momentum at the moment. Elias argues that the ball was lost there. Bella getting towards halfway. Lewis and Bacco must be feeling it. Staines taps it forward. Gillespie's offside. Ropes misses him. Maguire grabs him.
Yeah,
Back rowers from both sides playing strongly.
The marker wasn't standing close enough to him to be classified as the the tackle marker.
Langer kicks it. Lewis following through with Kiss. Eddinghausen takes it cleanly in goal to bring it back with a restart from the 22.
Air New Zealand replay. Watch him. Lovely. No pressure. Takes it exactly the way a State of Origin fullback should.
Elias just slows things down a little. Roach. Head down. Elias calls for some support. Another dummy from him. Way up high above the stand here on the main grandstand side. This brilliant scene here at Olympic Park. Rugby League in Melbourne, and the Blues have their nose in front. Elias runs out of runners. 8 missed tackles by the Blues, 6 from Queensland. Stewart, low angle kick that's running nicely for him. McIndoe sent way back. He had no other option. He loses it. Danger here for Queensland. New South Wales will really stretch them here. Try and put another try on the board before half-time. Farah, great opportunity for them. What will they set themselves for? Just outside the 22. Roberts. Big hit head-on from Bella. Foot paid to Roberts. Ropes lines up for his turn. Setting themselves towards the post. Field goal might be an idea. Stewart's gone deep. They'll look on early tackles. Elias dummy. Now he's lost it. Queensland bring it back through Belcher. A great run.
From one end of the field to the other. Terrific stuff. As Lewis runs onto it, charges up towards the halfway mark, 10 metres away in fact. Now Walters. A little scurry from dummy half, and Queensland get the penalty as the Blues are all offside.
Yes, he's got Roberts there legitimately because he was standing to the side of the tackle player, Walters.
6-0, New South Wales lead. And a terrific struggle here at Olympic Park. Belcher for touch. Oh, great kick, finds it on the quarter. Gives his side a great opportunity as Kerrod Walters with the restart. Gives it away for Bacco. Bacco surges towards the 10-metre mark. Now pressure for New South Wales. Bella, 10 metres away. Here's Staines. He's pulled out about 8 metres short.
Headgear's gone flying
The word is that Coyne will not be back for Queensland. Lewis switches the point of attack with a pass to Belcher. 8 metres away. Lewis, Meninga. Got a beautiful pass to Linda, but it's forward.
Well, Wally Lewis is carrying on a treat over that pass. Let's see it again on the Air New Zealand replay. This pass from Meninga onto Linda. Well, it looks okay from the angle we're looking at it. The referee, who was very adjacent, ruled the other way. Billy Anderson, are you disappointed with the fact that Benny Elias has not run more than twice in this first half?
Rex, I'd say the tactics were for him just to feel his way into the game. Queensland would have been alerted to the fact that Elias is such a good dummy half runner. He's just waited his time. You notice he's done it a couple of times late in his half. They weren't alerted to it. He's waited until the time was right.
Thanks, Bill.
That was a real scare for New South Wales as Linda was recalled for that forward pass. He was in. Now the Blues on their own quarter. Maguire. Now here's Roach with about 3 minutes to the half-time break. Now it's back for Roberts. Last tackle signalled against New South Wales.
Well, Roach and Roberts are doing the ideal front rowers job for the New South Wales team at the moment with two rucks like that. They made about 20 metres off the two of them.
Stewart sends Belcher back towards his own goal line. Some blue jumpers there to take in, but he's able to link up with Kiss. Slipping again, now ankle tapped. So Kiss will play it about 3 or 4 metres away from his own line. McIndoe came in to lend a hand from the other side of the field. Big Mal. Held by Roach underneath and Roberts over the top. 10 metres away from the Queensland line. Walters from dummy half. Whoa, down he goes.
He was always going to be heavily tackled there. Benny Elias, his opposite number, had hold of him.
Now Belcher. Straight across field. Can't link up with anyone.
Just make themselves an easy mark if they run cross field.
Back for Meninga. He's forced to kick. One bounce. And then it's back there for Lions. Kiss takes him just inside the Queensland half. Only a couple of minutes left in this first half. Eddinghausen. 6-0 the Blues lead. Now Maguire. Doesn't want to be put down. Elias stumbling.
Well, they could have got a penalty there and should have got a penalty there. There was Bacco lying in the way of the dummy half and absolutely screwed up in trying to get the football away.
Now last tackle against the Blues. Elias looking for Stewart. Bombing. Kiss is forced to take it. Can't take it cleanly. Belcher's lost it. They're going to play the knock on. Well, they're going to get a penalty now.
Well, let's have a look now at the Air New Zealand replay on this one. Now, as it comes down, Kiss leaps in the air. The ball goes to Belcher. Belcher knocks it forward. It should have been New South Wales ball. But the penalty went to Queensland. I can't believe that. I saw no reason for it.
Now the restart. Here's Bella. Straight at Roach. Crutch. Oh, goodness me.
Welcome to State of Origin, Mr. Gormeister.
Yes. Langer. Now Meninga. And again Meninga kicking. Turns Eddinghausen around. Almost back on his own line. Langer's got to him. Now Wishart from dummy half. Come back here.
Well, Sam Bacco didn't want him to go past, obviously.
Slide. Very strong tackling now from the Maroons. Elias has got it back from Maguire. 6-0. We're getting close towards half-time. This was the same situation that we had in State of Origin number 1 in Sydney. Belcher brings it back. Beat the first man. And he's monstered. The siren has sounded. And the players go to the break. A much-deserved break. With New South Wales leading Queensland 6 points to 0. State of Origin number 2. Air New Zealand Ultimate Football. Coming to you live from Olympic Park in Melbourne.
108 tackles by the Blues, 18 to Maguire and Roberts, Queensland 86, Bella and Bacco. Surprisingly, Bacco has put in a big first 40. McCallum disallowed a try for Queensland late in that first half. Signals the final 40 minutes here in Melbourne. Belcher. Back for Kiss. Billy Anderson, you've been down to the dressing rooms. What was said?
Queensland were pretty confident, Graham. They thought that they should have been in front at half-time, and just maybe they should have been. Their work rate in the forwards needs to lift a little bit and maybe improve their finishing off. As far as New South Wales, Jack Gibson thought the kicking game still needed some attention and the ball control could be tidied up.
Oh, Langer got away. Luckily there, a dangerous ball to him. What about the playing surface at all, Bill?
I can assure you, Graham, that all of these 26 players went into this game with their long sprigs on. They knew it was a tough surface. It's pretty much like an English ground. It's wet on top and very lush. I don't think any form of football boot you could keep your footing here. It wouldn't make much difference.
They'll try and do their best here in the second half as Wishart nearly got through, cut down by Queensland. And back, Gilmister. A reminder that Coyne was forced from the field with concussion in the first half, won't be back. Ledner, Garrett Walters, quick hands, Lewis, quick hands, great hands, Belcher for Maniga. Out wide it goes, Kiss, was crunched, New South Wales got it. Lewis tries to put Clyde over the touchline.
What the fuck am I holding?
Exchange of words. Quick hands from New South Wales now, McGaw. He will unload for Mackay, who hasn't had any opportunities in the back line. Elias. Roach. To his feet quickly. Elias for Maguire. Back for Elias. New South Wales going back to their game one tactics where they supported each other through the forwards. Gillespie looks for Roberts. One of the best workers in the team on his knees. He will unload. No, he won't. Backo. Comes across over the top. Last tackle now. Stewart. Crossfield bomb. Sends Belcher racing across. Sits up for him. They left it to each other just like Eddinghausen did a moment ago. Belcher runs away. Great counter-attack. Steps in field. Still going. What a run. He unloaded the pass but went astray. That's offside. Off a New South Wales player. And picked up by Maguire in an offside position.
Yes, Belcher, magnificent of the Air New Zealand replay here. Left a trail of New South Wales defenders behind him. And there was Maguire picking up the ball in an offside position because it had been touched by a New South Welshman in front of him, and he was coming back onside.
Bella strongly up a blind side. Backo. Roberts was up quickly. Unloads for Langer. Ledner running and stretching out. 32 out. Queensland coming back. Staines. Shearer. McGaw and Shearer have hunted each other all night. Langer. Lewis. Gillespie, the hitman, smothers him. Bella. Amazingly, these players try and find another gear. The pace has been enormous throughout. Garrett Walters kicks. Straight into the waiting arms of Barra. Stepping. Backo swinging arm going high. Was there much in it? Word of warning maybe from McCallum. Elias, they kick early. Belcher again will have to go. Wishart is storming through. Needs the ball to roll for him. To put pressure to Bella. The step. One leg. What a tackle. Did he get back into play?
Yes, he did.
By an inch. Dramatic stuff.
Magnificent chase there by Wishart on that kick from Elias. Absolutely beautiful. Now watch the drama here as Wishart gets him by just the foot and he won't let him go, and Belcher limbers himself up and gets a half an inch into the field of play.
Who said it's a game of inches? It sure is. Staines. Now they get 12 metres out, but it is the last tackle. The pressure to the kickers. Where is it? Lewis. Does he have time? He does. Very rarely does he not find enough space. Eddinghausen will have to beat about 4 defenders.
Linder was the first to get to him, but then Shearer came in over the top with a high one. Referee McCallum signals around the chest. Gee, I'd like to look at that.
Well, here it is on the Air New Zealand replay. It was not a swinging arm. It got him high around the neck, no question about it, but not a swinging arm.
A little higher than the chest, as the referee indicated there. Now the Blues are on the halfway mark. 14 kicks, both sides, putting 14 kicks in play. Here's Ian Roberts, caught by Lindner, still got the pass away. Gillespie plays it. Now Stewart, down for Belcher. Oh, he's made a mess of it, it's been picked up by McGaw. Forward. Oh, Stewart can't believe it. You better believe it, Ricky.
You've got to believe it, son. we can see it from up here. They can see it on Mars, that one. It was way forward from McGaw, and that is a tragedy for New South Wales. They had the winning of the game completely at their mercy with another six-pointer. Watch the bomb. I've never seen Belcher drop the ball as badly as this one. He was down on one knee, lost the flight of it completely. McGaw picked it up, flipped it over to the half-back, and that was the end of it. It was about a metre forward.
Got to give credit to the referee to get there to make the call then too. 6-0, the Blues lead. Linder comes away, caught by one leg on the 10-metre mark. Now Bella. Oh, the drama here at Melbourne. It just continues. Here's Bacco, still going, but for how much longer can he do it? Lost the football. The Blues have it inside the Queensland quarter. Elias looks for a field goal. Let's have a look at it. It's going to be there. No, it's wide. Woo-wee!
Well, Benny Elias has kicked many field goals, but on this occasion, as we watch it, ultimate football. Oh, well, I don't know. Well, the touch judges didn't have to rule on it. Thank heavens. Thank God McGullum did.
Tough call to make in a pressure situation like that. Now here's Bacco again. Pass has been knocked down and knocked on.
Well, it wasn't knocked on by Queensland. No, it was knocked on by New South Wales. There's Bacco wrestling in the tackle on the Air New Zealand replay. Knocked on by Benny Elias, picked up by Bacco. And then kicked back to his halfback. That's a very bad call.
Well, the Blues get the scrum feed and the scrum win. Stewart sandwiched 30 metres away from the Queensland line. Farah reaches the quarter line. Elias got it back for Roach. 14 handling errors by the Queensland side, just 10 to New South Wales. Now, Maguire still inside the quarter. Back for Elias again. Knocked on by Mackay. Picked up by Meninga. Giving it away to Kiss. Penalty.
Andrew Farah going to be called out here. This was a head-high tackle. Not a swinging arm again, but it was a head-high tackle. And as I read in the papers this week from a journalist down here in Melbourne, why do New South Welshmen have thick necks? Well, they said there's a lot of head play in the tackle, so that would be the reason for that. A penalty to Queensland.
Now the restart, the two footballs on the field. So we'll get rid of one of them. He's not surrendering, he's signalling time off. Now the restart. By the time they restarted it, Bella was standing very flat. Now Gilmister managed to get himself away from one. Here's Lewis. Belinda again slipping. Langer. Meninga.
Beautiful.
Found a beautiful pass for Belcher. Somehow it's come back for Kiss. We'll play it very slowly on the corner. Well, that's a long pass. Here's Linder. Now Shearer. Shearer threading his way through. Got it back for Linder. Last tackle signal against the Queensland side. The little kick through. But the Blues were there to pick it up. Stewart read it pretty well. And will play it just inside his own quarter.
Wishart from dummy half. Doesn't go anywhere at all. Roberts hasn't stopped working so far.
He's been like the red collector, coming round regularly. He's out there every time trying to get forward in those rucks.
The back row has been solid through Gillespie and Maguire. Eddinghausen now. That tackle would have hurt from Meninga and Bella. Mackay. Last tackle. Stewart splits Belcher and McIndoe. McGaw's down there. He slips. Belcher gets through again. Outside, that was a mile forward. A mile. Lewis
Well, we can only construe that somebody was between he and the footballers.
Queensland get a penalty. I really couldn't believe that he didn't call the pass back.
If we could just probably cue back to that incident, just showing the forward pass. Belcher, now look at that. That is a yard and a bit forward. That, and the referee was directly in line with it, but as I say, somebody may have been in the line of his sight and it was obliterated.
Queensland have been on the end of some calls that they didn't like. Now a call gives them a great chance here. 9 metres away. The crowd sensing something. Ball lost in the ruck. New South Wales have it. It was a shambles in there. Roberts. Lazarus. Big Glenn Lazarus goes to the sideline. He will replace Roach. Mackay. Roach, maybe with his last touch of State of Origin too. Maguire. Last tackle again against New South Wales. Shearer's moved infield. He's going to sprint up and try and put pressure on Stewart. He looked to be in front of the referee. He forced Stewart to go wider and off the side of the boot. That was good chasing from Queensland, an important scrum not to go down, I should say. Handover. Queensland in possession.
Air New Zealand replay. Stewart coming away with a kick. We just missed it there, but
Queensland have quickly picked up the path of the play. Gilmister. Still unloaded after taking the tackle from Roberts. Carrot Walters, big back line. Meninga. He'll look for Belcher. Belcher drags it in. He brings Kiss inside. Stepping, big Clyde. New South Wales defence is holding. Meninga, right up the middle. Meninga just climbs to about 11 metres away. Langer, Backo. Charges at the line as well, right in front of the post. Lewis has gone 2 passes wide. He wants some more running through the forwards. They fumble it again. Now it's Clyde stepping his way outside the 22. Queensland have themselves to blame a number of times when they get near the New South Wales line. Elias kicking and looking for chases. I thought Wishart was offside.
He is offside.
Belcher says it doesn't matter, he beat him anyway. But Queensland now are forced back. Beautifully picked up by Lewis. He has remained fairly quiet since half-time, Peter Sterling, saving himself for the finish.
Well, I don't know if he's saving himself, but there's been plenty of work to do for him. Really, they are lacking a fair bit of organisation, the Queensland side, even though they are keeping the ball alive. But some good defence by New South Wales. Mark McGaw having a super game of defence for the Blues.
Gillespie. We heard that some messages have gone out to the New South Wales side that they're kicking on too early in the tackle count. They've got to try and control a bit more possession. Eddinghausen. He's got a bit of room to move first up. The penalties favour Queensland 6-2.
Again, they're having trouble staying on their feet. It's almost as if they're on roller skates. I know I've said that before, but I can't believe the number of players that have slipped out there tonight just trying to swerve or take a step.
Bradley Clyde crunched in the tackle from Lidner. And there's another good hit this time from Lewis on Maguire. Elias. 6-0, New South Wales lead. That was the score at half-time. This was the last tackle. Stewart eventually gave himself plenty of time for this kick and sent Belcher back into the in goal. It's going to be too big in the end. Over the dead ball line. One of the few opportunities all the players have of catching their breath.
Sam Backo taking a mile of time to come back. Kerrod Walters looks and waits for him. Backo just arrives.
The big man. The big tired man. And Lazarus seems to have been on that sideline for an eternity trying to get through. And Lindner got through. Straight through the defence. Good run from the lock forward. They're telling Lazarus to get on there, but apparently he's not being allowed on by the touch judge. Or by Benny. Now Gilmister. Right on the halfway mark. Here's Bella. 5 tackles used up by the Queenslanders. Now Lewis. Down for Lyons. Linda's got him. Andrew G has been active, doing some stretching on the bench. And we believe that'll be for Sam Backo. And if you saw him walking back a few minutes ago, you'll know why. Now Brainley Clyde surges forward with a strong run.
Well, both locks have had splendid games tonight. Linda for the Queensland side and Bradley Clyde for New South Wales. They've really cancelled each other out.
Roach, Crunch. Right on halfway. Stewart got it back inside for Maguire. Last tackle as Elias will kick. And it's going to be just a little bit too strong.
Yes, just went over the behind the corner flag, over the touching goal line.
Andrew G's on there. Sam Backo comes off. Lazarus eventually gets on for New South Wales. And Sam Backo comes from the field. Roach has come off for New South Wales. So Lazarus, who's been standing here catching a cold for a little while, is finally on and gets straight into it. Roach, who got a nasty cut under the eye in the first half, has a spell. Well, New South Wales have held the ball for 103 tackles compared to just 25 from Queensland. Now, Lewis got it back for Shearer. Close to halfway. That statistic that I just gave you looked a little strange. I'll fix that for you in a second. It's Meninga. Surges through and the big man still going. Looks for support. He eventually found Linda out there. Linda is caught by 3 defenders. 32 metres away. Last tackle signalled out for Queensland. Langer turned the ball to nobody. Benny Elias dives on it for the Blues.
They're really contributing to their own downfall here. They could have had opportunities to get back into the game, but they've lost possession at critical times.
Now Andrew Farah. Bang. That looks a little better, doesn't it? 103 tackles for New South Wales, 125 for Queensland. What a difference one makes, eh? Lazarus over the halfway mark. Stewart got it away for Gillespie. Last tackle from the New South Wales side. And Stewart, how they get away with that last play of the ball, I'll never know. Taken well by Belcher. Wishart was following it through, missed him. And then Belcher, oh, what a great run from the fullback. Got a pass away to Lewis, who's knocked it down. Who wants the football?
They were sweating on Lewis. I don't know why Belcher passed to him. He says sorry.
Well, let's have a look at it. Wishart was much too quick coming up, much too quick. Belcher was the man that made the running. Beautiful. Got it away to Lewis. And look, the moment he took possession of it, he was flattened by Lyons. Legitimately.
Belcher, juggling act at Olympic Park from the fullback who's had a great second half for Queensland. Ledner continued his strong running game from game 1. 6-0 the Blues. Is this going to be the second State of Origin match in history where one side doesn't get on the board? It was 8-0 at Sydney. Langer for Meninga. They need him badly now, as they do Belcher. Trying desperately to climb back into the series. Lewis. Dummies one way, looks for Meninga. The old firm is starting to get together. Paul Sirenen will go on for Gillespie. Lewis switches play. Gilmister couldn't handle it. Tapped up for Shearer. He's going to settle on a bomb. It's going to fall for Eddinghausen. He's going to leave it to Shearer, who passes it to New South Wales. Stewart not happy with that tackle on him up there either. Hit of maybe some knees. Gilmister. drove Clyde back. Mackay has come close to the ruck to do some work. He's knocked to the ground. Lazarus to take over from Roach. Stewart stays in the front line for the kick, and a much better one. This is going to allow his side plenty of time to get down there. They've had a real lot of trouble with Belcher. It continues. McGaw, though, one of the best defenders in the backs, chased him right across field. Langer, quickly they shift it. Lewis. McIndoe comes looking for the football. It hasn't come his way at all tonight. They're very bunched, the Queensland side. Now they spread a little. Kiss. Taken by Mackay.
Who's fulfilled a very strong functioning defence out there, but has been not sided off nobbies in attack.
Lewis and Belcher. They are trying, as I said, to get together along with Meninga. Can they draw back on some of the great years that they've had in State of Origin football, produce it here in Melbourne? Lewis behind Lyons, skating towards touch. Pulls up on him like a sandwich. Lyons slips, ducks, stays away from the sideline. Eddinghausen. Mackay running from dummy half. He's done it a number of times down this end to take pressure off the forwards. Now they come into their own through Maguire. Stewart again. Settling into a happier kicking game in the second half.
Certainly run Belcher around. He's had to run for very nearly every kick that's been put down there.
He does it well again to give McIndoe a run. And a great run. He can clap it on McIndoe. Shearer. So can this man. Lewis. Great counter-attack. Langer. The ball's going everywhere. 5'3" A halfback who nearly got right through. Lewis. Meninga out wide. Brought down by Mackay. But he got to his feet for Lewis. Bella. They're passing it everywhere. That's play on. Try. That's got to be a penalty. Elias.
Tackle before he got the ball.
He should be in the sin bin. That could have been a try. Lewis wants to take a quick restart. He wants the try. Shearer. 2 metres away. The crowd are all on their feet as Queensland serves back. Lewis pops it up for Langer. There isn't a hole big enough for him. Lewis. Belcher. Meninga to the outside again. But Mackay has handled him well.
Hung on grimly there. He was really...
Maguire's leaving the field. Sheridan is out there. It was going to be Gillespie, but he stays. Lewis. That was forward, I thought. Leitner loses it. New South Wales have got it. First knock on against Queensland. The Blues hang on.
They really need to win one against the feed here. They can't do it. Stewart takes the tackle. Only 8 metres away from the New South Wales line. Clyde.
It's a good run from the lock forward again.
Wishart gets to the quarter line. Here comes Sheridan. Bang! Crowd love it.
Just what a replacement to bring on.
Now Elias through the dummy.
They certainly watched Benny Elias very carefully tonight. The double markers have been very aware of his capability to run.
Ricky Stewart sends it straight down to Belcher, who's caused enormous problems when he's been able to run with the football. Not this time. Here's Lewis again. Back for Kiss. Gilmester, Meninga. Now Langer. Lewis. Staines playing it for Shearer. Eddinghausen back for this. about 10 metres from his own line. Caught by Walters.
Brad Mackay and his role again of giving the forwards a bit of a break with the ball's kicked behind. Usually goes to first receiver or dummy half and takes the play away just momentarily, just to give them that little breather.
Lazarus held by Bella. Now Ian Roberts. About 10 metres from the halfway mark. And Stewart again turns his Queensland side around, and it's going to find touch. Oh, what a magnificent kick.
Well, I'd like to just measure that one. I reckon that's about 65 yards, that kick. That was incredible. He bounced it deep in the quarter for the Queensland side, and look, a beautiful off break and over the sideline.
So this scrum is about 10 metres from the Queensland line. Langer with the feed. Now here's Lewis. He manages to get to the 10-metre mark. Terrific crowd here at Olympic Park. 25,800. Really is a great crowd who've enjoyed a really terrific game of football. There's Lindner involved again with a pass to McIndoe that looked a little forward. McIndoe claps on the pace. Oh, he's just ankle tapped by Stewart. Still going. Gets almost to the quarter line. Lindner in there at dummy half. Across for Walters. Now it's for Lewis. Now it's for Gilmester. Meninga is outside of him. The pass has gone astray. It's been knocked down. It's been picked up by Belcher out against the Kiss. And that's a try. That is a Queensland try. Oh, what terrific football from the Maroons. Les Kiss in to score right in the corner.
Yes, on the Air New Zealand replay, we're seeing the tail end of it. The long run from McIndoe was the one that made the big bust into the New South Wales defence. We see Gilmeister standing wide, getting a pass rather fortuitously away that came off the hands there of Mackay, and ultimately it goes, well, here's there's the run I was looking for, this McIndoe run. Look at this, up the sideline about 40 metres, beautiful stuff. Really gets to his feet again, although he was appeared to me to be tackled, but he's certainly put down there. He gets to his feet. We've still got New South Welston coming back on side. Then the ball goes out along the line. Walters fires it out there to Wally Lewis. Lewis gives it away there to Gilmeister. Gilmeister gets a pass away that was knocked by a New South Welshman. And there it is, beautifully out to Les Kiss, and Kiss goes over and scores the try in the corner. Now, can Mal Meninga, who's been one of the heaviest scorers in rugby league, kick the goal from the sideline? I'll let you call it.
Well, Meninga's missed with his only shot. It's got to be said that spectacular though that try was, it all started with a pass that looked forward from Lindner. Now Fittler is on the sideline, and McGaw being assisted from the field. We'll watch Meninga's kick though from the sideline. Strikes it well. Goal! Great kick from Mal Meninga.
Oh, we've got to see that again.
We will in a minute.
Folks all, welcome back to a night of history in the city of Melbourne where the final chapter is about to be written. Fittler is out there for New South Wales. He's gone to 5'8". The crowd start to sing to the 26 rugby league players. Chance for both teams. Look out as we go into field goal territory. Both sides looking for a point to get them home. Eddinghausen stabbing. A young man out there, the youngest ever State of Origin player. What incredible pressure on him, Wayne Pearce.
Sure is. I'm sure he'll be looking to get straight into the action. That's the way to settle the nerves in a game such as this. He's in a key position. Wally Lewis is looking to control the game. He's got to look to move up outside him and try and cut those passes off.
That pass to Lazarus looked forward. Stewart, a big player for the Blues tonight. Kicks away from Belcher again. What a second half this man has had. He has beat tacklers time and time again. Not on this occasion. Kiss. Meninga. We remind you that a draw here will still set up a possible chance for Queensland at Lang Park. A win would give them the series and retain the shield. Peter Sterling, who's our field goal specialist?
Well, obviously Ricky Stewart. Actually put quite a number of players. Andrew Eddinghausen has kicked them as Queensland still look to throw the ball around. I must admit, I started to get a little bit worried when New South Wales came out and looked as though they felt that 7-0 would be good enough. I think with the football in their hands, they've closed up shop much too early in this game.
So New South Wales will have possession, even if they're a long way out. Stewart might settle for a field goal. Fittler possesses a great step. Lewis went low, Lindner over the top. Pumping out a tremendous pace and workload both sides. Clyde put the foot on the accelerator. Roberts. So many great performers in this match. The crowds here continue to chant out. No one has left Olympic Park for this great match. Sheridan steps through. Unloads for Lazarus. Now there's a chance of field goal. Who's at home? The Blues lose it totally. Oh, what a time to give it. Langer says, not me. Unbelievable pressure.
Well, see it again on the Air New Zealand replay. There's the tackle of Lazarus, and he just appeared to me to have stolen the ball from him. Now, whether the referee called tackle the moment the first player, Lewis, has got him down, did he call tackle at that point in time? He probably did. And Langer has just come in and stolen the ball.
Well, he couldn't have there, because if he had it, Rex, he had to penalise Lazarus for trying to get up and play on. So Lewis is shattered with the decision. He can't believe it. McCallum waves him away. Meninga is up there having something to say. Langer, he is disillusioned. That this might go astray. 1 from 2 for Wishart. He has never, ever had a more important kick at goal in his football career.
If the tackle was committed at the time that Lewis put the guy down on the ground, the penalty, if he called tackle at that point in time, Langer had to be penalised, and that's the reason that he...
Well, I saw it as Lazarus playing on. Wishart.
Well, I think you're incorrect there.
Leave it there as Wishart settles. 25,800 at Olympic Park. Ride this one, as do everybody in New South Wales and Queensland. He's got it. They stretch it by 1, the Blues. They stretch it by 2 to 8-6.
There's about 5 minutes left in this game.
Well, Peter Sterling, Peter Sterling, if they closed up shop before, what do you reckon they'll do now?
Mate, now's the time to be closing up shop. Now's the time to be getting the football down the other end, kick away from Belcher, have a good chase, go down as quickly as your slowest chaser, and make sure there's no holes to bring him back. But really, it's all about field position and possession now.
Yes, good opinion.
There's only about 3 minutes of play left. So there is real drama now. Queensland can't win it without the football. Stewart sends it down for Belcher. Here he comes again. A wall of blue jumpers around him, and they've got him first time. Fittler was the man to get to him. Now McIndoe reaches the corner line. Coyne is on in the Queensland side. Les Kiss is come off. Mark Coyne, of course. Now Queensland with Staines. The crowd really coming to life as Lewis shapes to kick. Gave it to Shearer, to Lindner. Look out! Lindner's in the clear, but passed it to Roberts for New South Wales. One of the few errors that Bobby Lindner's made in this game. And it's come at a time when Queensland needed to keep the football. Now Bradley Clyde. There'll be nothing fancy from the Blues now. Here's Sirinen. Caught by G. Gillespie. 5 tackles gone now for the Blues. Karen Walters throwing a right hook. Elias can't get away. Lazarus is going to kick. And that's why front rowers don't kick too often.
Well, he's a member of the front rowers union and we'll allow him to miss one occasionally. Surinen's had a marked effect on this game since he came off. He's really made some enormous charges into the Queensland defence.
Now,
and monstered a few in the other side of the game.
Staines plays it. Belcher's come off a New South Wales foot. Mackay, who's picked it up. That could be the ball game. Mackay falling on it. Now Lions scampering along with about 60 seconds remaining in the game.
6 to go.
Tackle count restarts. Have New South Wales wrapped up the series? Lazarus will play at 32 out. They're content just to take it up. Stewart will play it. Fittler, that big sidestep coming into action. Got the football back for Roberts. Blues have lost it. It's anybody's football, but there's a blue jumper on top of it.
Well, a marvellous stepping little run there from Fittler, who really put on just a little vignette of very good football. Sidestepped about 4 different players. Didn't make much ground, but it was a nice little bit.
Lindner picks it up at the scrum base. Belcher came into it. Lewis has given it away to Shearer. Shearer's pulled down close to the halfway mark. There can only be seconds remaining in this game. McIndoe to dummy half to Lewis to Langer. Langer nowhere to go. Got it back for Karen Walters, who's running backwards to go forward. Now it's been intercepted by Brad Mackay. That's the State of Origin series gone. New South Wales wrap it up with Brad Mackay. An intercept try in his first State of Origin match. And he's wrapped up the series.
Yes, well, the Air New Zealand replay will show clearly that when you try to play touch football or instant pass football at the end of the game, catch up, things will go wrong. And this is what went wrong for Queensland. Out there it goes. The intended pass coming back inside from Kester Meninga was intercepted by Mackay, and he steals the ball and goes about from the quarter line to the goal line to score what was a pretty easy try. But that's the way it happens in rugby league. If you try to play catch-up football, things come unstuck. I just saw Keith Barnes, the manager of this New South Wales team, sitting there on the sideline looking rather pleased with himself. There he is. And have a look at the face of Steve Roach. He really has had a pretty hard night. But this young man, Wishart, now is going to attempt to convert it, but it's purely academic. The score at the moment is 12 points to 6. There was Sam Bacco there, sitting there looking rather severe. He tried his hardest.
A real contrast in Gary Coyne, who was forced from the field early in the game after a heavy knock. They're all Warriors. Rod Wishart 2 from 2 for him. A beaten Maroon side. The result of the kick is academic. And it's wide in any case. But it's 12-6. There is the siren. And New South Wales have wrapped up the State of Origin series for 1990. They cannot be beaten. They will go to Brisbane with an unbeatable lead of 2 games to none. The crowd has really enjoyed a terrific game of football here in Melbourne. Benny Elias, captain of the victorious side, cheered from the field by his side. Oh yeah, you can hear him. How sweet victory is.